and say that I'm still willing to work with this group any way I can because I want to, and I just want to necessarily locate another venue and find another ballot that maybe we can still win from. And I believe what is it Ronald? Okay, what Ronald said about, you know, if in fact this is wrong, you know, God takes over. I believe that nothing happens unless He wants it to happen anyway. If it doesn't, it's for a reason. If He meant for it to happen, it's going to happen anyway. If it doesn't, and then there's a lesson in everything. We don't always know what it is, but there is a lesson.
I want the kids, some of the kids.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm not trying to be leader.
That's okay.
You know how you're saying you want us to walk black and white hand in hand across the bridge?
Right.
This is what we're trying to do with the rap code and John Horn on Project Dance. We're trying to walk black and white across the bridge hand in hand, being friends and family.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to know, like, if you had completely understood from the beginning that it was just us, you know, just our program sponsoring Project Dance, would you have ever approved us?
I would have taken a different step about it and getting all the answers and getting the proper procedures and put in place. Yes, I would have, more than likely I still would have done that. I don't know at this point based on, it would have been me having to study it and taking into consideration all the dynamics of it, because I realize there is a group in Selma who's going to fight any issue that goes on with certain groups. And from that standpoint, I would have made sure when I decided to do that whatever I decided to do, I stand firm on and do it. So I would have thought about it and made some decisions and done some homework on it. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes.
What?
Well, you get the colleges and we'll sit down and we make sure we get the right spot to talk. You'll get the colleges and come and we'll sit down and talk about it. I'll be happy to sit down and talk about it.
Why can't we just be the people of Selma trying to make change?
That's right.
Well, I think we are. We are the people who want to make change, but it's not that easy. It's just crossing the bridge it's not that easy to make change just because we cross the bridge. If that was the case, if we marched across there all these years and still haven't gotten in the battle, every year for 45 years now, I believe it is, we've been marching across that bridge. And has it changed yet?
Freedom Foundation, whatever. Why can't the people of Selma just say we want to change Selma?
Well, I think there are people in Selma that want to change. There are some who do not. We have 45 years. We've been going across on Bloody Sunday for 45 years. And everybody that come here for that day want to change Selma, or they say they do. But have we changed after 45 years?
This group has. This group has.
Well, I'll say that this group has done a lot in terms of you're unifying your group within Selma.
Absolutely.
I'll get that. I'll be the first to say.
Then let us
you
move
all
forward.
Contribute with that. So I mean, I don't doubt that. But it's not that easy just moving forward because we want to. Not, you know, I don't have that authority to just make things happen because I want it to happen. I have to answer to people just like you all answer to things too in terms of what we do in Selma, Alabama, and how am I going to be consistent and how I treat everybody. If I do it for you, do I do it for anybody else? I do it not them. I have to find a way to make sure whatever I do, I don't close the door on anybody else doing it, regardless of their rationale and reason.
Yeah, I was going to say, you being the mayor of Selma, and you see the kids of Selma, like, and then I heard you say that's not a battle that you want to fight. And I'm wondering, what is a battle that you want to fight if it's not for the kids of Selma?
Well, I fight that battle. The point I make is that here's what you fail to realize, Sean.
I understand what you.
It's not that it's a battle that I want to fight because I gave my word to all the people that this was a Samford University project.
Yeah, you said the people that are negative.
Well, and so forth. So yes, I know what their motives are, but by the same,
What we're asking is who has the influence over you?
God has influence on me. That's true. Well, in your opinion, that's in your opinion. But you keep in mind, you keep in mind, guys. Now you all can turn anything I've said into what you want to turn it into. I'm saying to you why I made my decision. Now, if I'm wrong in my decision, God judges me. You don't. Thank you.
Okay, well, I had
Hold up. Go.
promotion, like, is it that you have to bring somebody in to promote the city to make us look better as a whole?
No, it's not
That's
that.
what I'm getting from it.
Well,
Like, it's not
I'm sorry that you get. All I said is that I went out preaching one thing, and it wasn't what I said. So I gave my word on one thing in terms of what was supposed to be happening here, and so and then I was beat up because I even did that. Then now that I found out what I said was not true, then all of a sudden now how does it make me look?
Hey, listen. First of all, let me say this. Y'all need to listen. We're not here right now to convince the mayor, okay? If you listening to what's been said, it's not convincing, okay? So it's like I said, we have to move in a different direction. We have to move. We have to go a different place. We're not here to convince him, okay? It's people in this city. I mean, you know what this city is like. I was born and raised in this. I know what it's like, and change has been preached for a long time. If it wasn't for people for the Civil War that came from outside of this city, it would still been in a mess. If it wasn't for people that came outside of this city for the Voting Rights Act, people would have still been in a mess. Raise your hand if you're not from this city. Point in case, okay? That it takes somebody from outside of this city to come in, and God had to do it that way because there's not enough people in the city that will stand up against resistance. Will stand up against all these people. We just got through singing about what? The status quo. We just got through singing about that. That's what this is. People have made a status quo and said it's going to be done this way, it's going to look this way, and if you don't agree with it, we're going to push you aside. But it's going to take somebody to do what? Stand against the status quo. We're going to get resistance? Absolutely. We're going to be disliked? Absolutely. But when you lose your life, it doesn't matter, okay? When you've lost your life and want to see something take place and change, history is not made by people that are sitting down. Point in case, we are not going to ask questions because he's not going to be convinced. That's not the idea. It's not going to happen, all right? Our job is to go another direction, okay? Our job is to go another direction. Our job is to seek God for a different direction, for a different step. We will take another step. We will take another step. We will go forward. We have to realize that this is bigger than us. This is bigger than this city. This is bigger than the mayor. Okay? This will be something that should go on long after our time is gone. And this is something this is our motivation now. Okay? Our motivation is deeper than this. We're not here to try to convince, because you realize no matter how many questions you say, no matter how much the reality of it is, that when I look at y'all faces, what y'all represent is not going to change. All right? Because somebody has to stand against those people that are negative. Somebody has to. Whether you're the mayor of the city, the chief of police, the fire department chief, I don't care if you worked in a library, if you have to stand against the people that are negative. And y'all have to do it at school. We have to do it in this city. We have to do it in our jobs. We have to constantly stand against the things that are unjust. And it's going to take, people are going to resist that. People are not going to like us for that. It's been proven. But we've been proven to do what? Come out on top as long as we continue to stand. That's all you got to do, just continue to stand.
Let me say this to you now, Noriba. I am truly, if you don't, I don't think you really believe me in that, but I'll say it. I am truly sorry I had to come here with this message. I honest, I love everybody here. I have a real issue and a problem I got to deal with, and I won't even attempt to tell you all of the. I told Gwen something today. I'm not even talking to you all about it, really, but you all don't really know in detail all the things that's going on in our city, and I try hard to work through all these things and try my best to get along with people. But I know that from this night, tomorrow, and next day, I'll be beat up by some people who will make it everything but what it is, and that's okay. I'm used to it now because nobody made me run for the position. I did it on my own, and I told, like I told Gwen, I said, you know, being a politician, you call names, everything else. And I know that I'm going to be called some names, but I came on because I wanted to make sure I met you head on to talk to you about this and express my sincere sorrow in the fact that I was not able to deliver something that I felt that it could help our city and help you based on the criteria in which I left for. But I do know there are so many people, I won't say, you know, there are pros and cons. Is that there are blacks who support you that I've talked to, that talk to me. There are whites who support you. Then there's another group who doesn't. You know, you got a lot of ministers here who preach this and preach that, and sometimes I wonder what Bible they read from, or what. I just don't understand. I don't understand some of it. I really don't understand it, but it's something that is bigger than all of us. And I guess I'm truly sorry that I'm not able to do what I had said I would like to do with you. I'm willing to meet you and to work with you any way I can to make things up with you. I sincerely mean that on my heart. If you can find your heart to forgive me, certainly I'll appreciate that. But if you can't, then certainly I'll still appreciate you and